Hello, welcome back to eyesonrc. In today's video, we do essential upgrades and modifications on the WLToys 124019. Stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing we're going to start off with is the shocks. So we're going to be replacing the fluid with 37.5 weight fluid, and this is mostly because WLToys for whatever reason tend to overfill or underfill the shocks. So like you can see, this one's rock hard and this one's a bit not that much. So that's what we're going to start off with. Alright, so we've got the shocks off. I am going to show you one on camera and the rest ones we're going to do off camera. Yeah, so we're going to start off with disassembling and cleaning it up a little bit because they've been dirty from being outside. So we've got that, we've got a rag here. Clean this off a little bit. So pull this down so I have some clean room. Brake cleaner, definitely not a best thing to do on aluminium, but that's what I'm going to use anyway. I'm going to start off with putting the rag there so I can just alright. So when I do assemble these again, I'm going to be putting a little bit of oil in the ball joints because this stuff will dry out whatever's in there, if there's anything in there. So hopefully that will do a little bit of a difference. Looks really nice and shiny. They're nice. To be such a cheap car as this is, the quality actually seems more than I expected. Love this little pink wrench. Just loosen it off a bit so you can take it by hand. And then you can sort of put it down in one of these. Alright, let's have a look in there. Oh, yep, so the bladder and everything came out. This is one of the ones that were really hard. So in the end, I'm just going to drain the fluid out. Take one of these cups, I've done one before. Put it like that. Tip it out. Hang it up in there, and then you wait a few minutes, maybe 5. So a short notice that I've run into is the fact that every cap head has been severely tight, whilst the bottom one has been just normally halfway off. Have a look at that if you're doing your So one of the signs that your WLToys 124019 with the shocks being overfilled is that you can't compress them fully. So this one doesn't go further than that, which is kind of bad, so this is definitely overfilled. So I'm definitely adjusting these up. Alright guys, so we got to the point, we disassembled, we're cleaned out, so it's time to fill it up. Just pour it in like that, and then you exercise the piston a little bit, making sure there's no air in there. So I'd say have a look at this. I don't know how well you can see it. It's filthy. This is what came out. It's really bad. It's dirty as hell. But yeah, this is what we need to do. We need to fill them up and sort of get this to it. Oh, I spilled everywhere. Alright, so I'm going to do the exercising for the rest of these ones off camera. Be right back. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, so basically what you do next is to attach the bladder back on, attach the little ball joint, and then the cap on top of that. What you want to see is that when you tighten this up, you can still fully compress it like that, and it's got a little bit of rebound. That's pretty much perfect, as far as I'm concerned. Spring back on. Might just adjust that up, because that will have to be adjusted afterwards to sort of what you want, really. The spring tension. And when you do this, you gotta ensure that, yes, those things that I showed you that I thought was an issue was fully tightened. That little thing, the little bottom cap. If it is, then all good. See? Perfect. According to me. Alright, the next thing we're gonna adjust is the toe-in in the rear, because as you can see they're quite pretty much angled inward, so you've got a pretty bad toe-in. If you want to do speed runs, this is a bad thing. If you want to do track racing or whatever, it's pretty good as it is. So what I'm gonna do is to flip these little bushings in the back over, and that will move the arm a little bit straighter. Alright, so next up is the droop screws. So as you can see, there's a bit of a difference here. So this is without a screw and this is with a screw. Something that I do recommend is, so this is, I am using an M3 screw. I don't know, maybe 12 long ones. I recommend to use washers to create the distance that you want, to make sure you can bottom the screws out into the plastic to make sure they don't unscrew. I haven't done that as of yet here. But that's what's gonna happen right here now. Alright, yeah, so let's have a look. So I've set the droop in the front, as you can see, hopefully. I don't know how well this presents. I've used a slightly thicker washer and a shorter screw in the front, and a longer screw with a small washer in the back. And I'm hoping that this will go pretty alright. As you can see, it moves fairly well. Compared to before, like when they did, the shocks didn't move at all and the droop was just really bad. Alright, yeah, so it'll be a little bit hard to see, but I've adjusted the length of this rod right here and this rod right there. And for the toe-in, I adjusted the steering lengths right here and right there. So you'll need something small. I had my 1.5mm screwdriver from eyesonrc, and it just fitted straight in like cloop. Yep, so that's what I used to adjust it. I don't know if I'm gonna have to do it in the back too, but as for right now, I think this is gonna have to be enough. Alright, so that's gonna be it for the essential setups and mods video. Next up is gonna be the brushless conversion, where we install the Easy Run system, JX servo, and the radio link RC6GS V2. V2 is important, and I will tell you in the next video.